pleading with our motorists who are driving along the N1 North, William Nicole, to exercise caution.
Patriotic Alliance Deputy Leader Kenny Kunene has been sworn in once again as a councillor in the Johannesburg City Council. This follows his resignation 2 months ago after he was found on the scene of Katiso KT Molefe's arrest, who was accused of orchestrating the murder of Opa Sefoka, popularly known as DJ Sambori. At the time, Kunene claimed he was at Molefe's house to accompany a journalist from his online news agency for an exclusive interview. The Patriotic Alliance had initially suspended him, but recently reinstated him after an external law firm cleared him of any wrongdoing. And in the U.S., hundreds of diplomats from around the world staged a walkout from the UN General Assembly Hall this afternoon as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu entered to deliver his speech. Those who walked out included representatives from Arab, Muslim and African countries, but also several from European states. Netanyahu's supporters tried to draw attention away from the spectacle by loudly applauding and standing for several minutes.
Please, order in the hall.
Прошу обеспечить порядок в зале.
Please, order in the hall.
A partly cloudy Saturday in store for Gauteng tomorrow. Johannesburg drops to an overnight low of 11 degrees, peaking at a high of 24. Pretoria's at 10 and 26. Vereeniging 10 and 24. Monkey Ziko Ko. Eyewitness News.
EWN, in touch, in tune and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app.
#MSW.
You may begin to feel anxious or excited.
Honest, deliberate, engaging, uncensored.
High dosage administration can cause adverse reactions.
And most importantly, independent in mind and execution.
This is a normal response. Are you ready?
Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Pressure is always up.
Thank you, Mr. Marawa. Good show as always.
Pleasure as always. Thanks.
Great show as always.
Great show as always, Rob. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the wonderful show, Robert. Thank you so much. It always gives me pleasure to speak to someone who's got such an insight.
I love the introduction.
Hey, what is show Marawa?
I don't know, maybe you are still calling Mr. Madluputu, or maybe that does not exist.
Sure, Robbie.
Between Chiefs and Marumo Kalans, a very horrific, disastrous performance from Chiefs. Also, Robert, there are players like Mdu Chabalala, Pule Modi, Robert, those players have made peace with them. It's clear their game is not improving.
Despite being a Mamelodi Sundowns supporter, I'm in cloud 9 for Coach Manova for showing us how he knows Sundowns. Yes, Kados was blaming the pitch, but as they say that if you don't accept a lose, you won't win.
Stephen Fisser is the head coach of Blind Proteas. He joins me live in studio. What's that one thing you wish people knew a little bit more about blind cricket?
That visually impaired people can be able to catch a ball.
What's your pre-match ritual?
I sing a lot. I go for gospel. I don't know.
All right, okay, lead.
Simpete wena ya ratehang moloki waka aonse o sisaba bang simpete lena. Amen.
Standing ovation.
Thank you very much about that.
Robert Marawa, live on 947. Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live. #MSW.
Well, it might be just 5 minutes after 6, but I can tell you that midnight has arrived sooner than anybody expected. The Midnight Express is in the building, in the studio. If you know what I'm talking about, you know exactly who the man who's our legend is going to be. This is the Friday edition of Marawa Sports Worldwide, proudly brought to you by Hollywood Bets.
Let's go!
The moments you remember. The games you can't forget. Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM and Rise FM. Powered by Hollywood Bets.
All right, let's pep up the top part of the show by introducing to you what's going to be happening this weekend. Rasmus are believing that there are striking similarities, though, between South Africa as well as Argentina. And he's talking about both in playing style as well as competitive spirit. Now, the Springboks director of rugby also admitted that he had previously made the wrong assumption about the level of rugby in South America, which is an oversight that he now concedes with respect. Now, the Springboks are going to be facing Los Pumas in the penultimate round of the Rugby Championship this weekend in what promises to be a pivotal encounter down in Durban.
No, we love Argentina. I know Augustine Pichot's a friend of mine. We're very close friends. And they've always stood by us when we need them, and I think we've stood by them when they needed us. As I said, I think our countries are very similar in certain ways. They've got a team, I know their club system is getting better. I wrongly last year said they don't have a good club system and their players are playing all over the world, and one of the guys explained to me how the club system worked there. But their players they're sacrificing a hell of a lot. They didn't even go back from Australia back home. They came straight here, and they're all over the world anyway before they come into camp. So there's also people who's desperate. They're not just on the rugby field, but also off the rugby field. So as long as we can play against Argentina and with Argentina, and you see what they're doing this year. I know they're 5th or 6th on the log, but they can beat any team. They beat us last year, and as I said to previous answer, they're one of the teams since I've been involved 2018 that gave us one of the biggest hiding, I think 36-12 or something like that, away from home. So no, we love playing against them, and we think we're very similar in how we are as people.
Well, the latest coming down from Durban, though, is that the Springboks head coach Rassie Erasmus has now promoted Boan Venter to his starting lineup as a late change ahead of the Saturday Rugby Championship clash against Argentina down in eThekwini. Now, the 28-year-old comes into the run-on side at loosehead prop as a replacement for Oxenche, who has withdrawn due to a niggle. In football news now, Orlando Pirates, the head coach Abdeslam Wadu has made it clear that continental success is a top priority, though, for the Buccaneers this season. Pirates are currently preparing for their second leg clash against DOD FC tomorrow afternoon at the Orlando Stadium, holding that commanding 3-0 lead from the first leg.
I think it's a competition that is very important for every club. Of course, when we start a competition, any competition in the world, as an ambition club, as an ambition club, we want to go far in that competition. I will do our best, and we are very ambitious, and that it's why the game of tomorrow is very important for us, and definitely. Of course, we know the results of last season, and as a competitor, you always want to do better. And I think the players as well, they don't want to be better and to do better. So it's our work of daily work. We are working for that. We play game by game, either in the league, the Betway League, either in the Champions League. And the target is to win every game that we are playing.
Well, Wadu has confirmed that Olisanda is nearing a return to full fitness, though, but remains unavailable for selection.
What I can tell you that I'm very happy to see him in the dressing room today and to be on the pitch. He was playing today, but for few weeks he was making some treatments. And this kind of player, we have to be careful. As a coach, I cannot take a risk with this kind of player. So I have a lot of defenders. I'm very happy. The captain, Sima, Bokazi, him, and others fantastic defenders. So we're expecting him to come, because I'm sure the time he will be 100%, because now I don't think he's 100%. I think he will bring his stone to the building, so he will help us.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
And that's South Africa's very own, our strategist, a leader, a man with unfinished business in Morocco. Let's head off all the way there to the newly appointed head coach of Raja Casablanca. That's Fadlu David.
It's a huge honor for me to be here at this historic club, and first few days it feels like I'm back home.
Oh man, I'm sure they were very happy. Some familiar faces there.
there are some familiar faces, but there's a new regime, there's a new president, it's a new board, and the club has gone now 60% corporate with Marcel Maroc in charge. So it's a whole new structure of the club. It's more structured, more organized, and I must say the first few days it seems very, very professional and organized, and really a pleasure to be here so far.
#MSW. #MSW. Friday nights, always.
This is how we do it.
About our beloved legends. Pull up your chair. Let's chat legendary stuff. Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Oh man, you know when you talk about having waited and waited for so long, today is the day. Whew, let me just take that deep breath. Oh, Legends Night. We're going to be rolling out to the golden carpet, not the red, not the pink. I'm talking about the golden carpet for a man whose story is stitched in the very fabric of South African football. I mean, you go back to the dusty pitches of Soweto, to the grand stages of Europe. I mean, he carried the hopes of an entire nation on his shoulders. Those who loved him, they called him the Midnight Express, because of his blistering pace, that fearless heart that he has. You talk about the vision to unlock any defense. I mean, he simply lit up the colors of Bafana Bafana. He graced the green and gold at the World Cup. And he also wrote his name right across Turkish football. He was there with Galatasaray and names we can't even pronounce. Antalyaspor. But his journey, though, didn't stop when the boots came off. Now, I mean, with whistle and clipboard, he shapes the next generation who's inspiring tomorrow's stars with yesterday's wisdom. All I can say is, ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor, it's a privilege. It's a rare opportunity, though, because this man doesn't just grunt interviews, Jay. He doesn't do that. He has to go through back to Newcastle, ask the next door neighbor if it's okay for him to come here. But he remains as humble as ever. Helman Mkhelele, good to see you. Welcome to the show.
Hey. Good afternoon, Robert, and good afternoon to all your listeners. I'm excited to be on your show.
Finally.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can say is that, oh, finally.
Yeah, finally. You know, one of the main reason, you know, I'm a person that really shies away from the limelight.
Still?
Yeah, you know, I would say still, you know, I grew up like this, and it has been with me. And when I try to do something different to it, then I don't become myself.
Really? But why? You know how many people got excited when we put out the post today that you're coming through? My goodness, it was as if, I don't know, Obama's coming into the studio.
Oh.
No, I'm being serious. But that's the level of excitement that you bring to this country, both as a football player and now the magic that you're doing as a coach is really something unbelievable. I mean, do you ever sit back and say, my journey, what a great and blessed journey it's been? Do you ever reflect on life like that?
Yes, I do reflect.
Yeah.
In actual fact, I just went through some of your pages in your book while I was sitting waiting there. You know, when I read one of your page, I could see the similarities. You know, in terms of, like, for me, reflecting. I just when I look back, I just feel that is one of the calling. But also, again, it goes with the amount of dedication and hard work that you put in it. You know, and mostly when you do it behind the scenes. You know.
And that's the beautiful thing. And I'm honored, though. I mean, I'll have the greatest of pleasure in handing over a copy to you because, so, you know, when you find that you've made such an impact and you've garnered the respect that you've garnered, you've gone not only and represented your national team, you've played for Pirates, you've played for Cosmos, you've played in Turkey. I think there were interests in Greece. You've got phone calls that came through from, you know, you go to training and, you know, Kevin Keegan is phoning you and saying, hey, you know, we might want to, So all of those things, I mean, I can already see your book coming out. I can already see that midnight train to Georgia.
You know, Robert, again, you know, when I saw your book there, it's just reminded of mine that I started and I haven't finished it. Only God knows why I stopped, and also thanks to Kosinati Mazibogo,
Yes.
who really encouraged me to write a book. And we started, and somewhere halfway line, along the way,
yes,
I stopped. I don't know why I stopped, but
do,
I'm really.
Do you know why?
I really don't know why.
Can I help you finish that? You stopped because you were still in the process of making history. You stopped because if you had finished your book then, you would have missed out on so many pages of the great that's still to come. If you had stopped then, you'd have missed out on the fact that we are going to America, Mexico, and Canada. You'd have missed out on the fact that over and above what happened in Ivory Coast, in the greatest achievement in 24 years, that would have not been in the book.
Yeah.
So your book will be finished in 2026 in November.
Wow. Thank you so much. You even have the dates, Thank you so much, Robert, for resuscitating, that drive to make sure that I need to finish it. As I was reading some of your, some of the lines in your book, in terms of like never give up, So I saw myself in it, like giving up, but the way you push so hard, then I got that encouragement. So hopefully, with your with your prediction, then I will definitely make sure that we continue and finish it.
I never make predictions, but if there's one prediction I'm going to make is that one, and it's on record. So anybody can always refer back to 16 minutes past 6 on the 26th of September 2025. That's all I'm saying. I don't even know how a kid then, so I call you a kid then, not the man who's closer to 60 next month. I call you a kid then who had come through from Chippa's Dynamos to where you are now. Did you ever have a doubt, or did that Chippa's Dynamos stint give you the drive to say, this is what God has given me, so, let me do this? What sort of motivation did you get there? We Chippas that said, this is just the start, but I'm heading for the stars right now.
With Chippas Dynamos, and I would say playing for them, because I was a staunch fan of Kaizer Chiefs, so I always saw myself, wearing those colors and also seeing myself scoring, those important goals in the cup finals, So I would say with Chippas Dynamos, when I look at them, playing for them, it created the platform for me to be able to reach my goal, that I always kept on, like playing in my head, trying to help Chippas Dynamos, but at the same time not realizing that I'm marching towards achieving my goal.
A bigger goal than that. So while you talk about Chippas Dynamos and we prepare to go for the break and we come back and receive all these voice notes and love and dedications that are coming through as we speak, you played for Chippas Dynamos, but would you have ever coached Chippa United?
Anything is possible, Robert.
Yeah.
In the world, anything is possible. And why not, if given the opportunity? Especially with the similarities, of the name, because it's associated, with the team that I played for or where I'm coming from.
In the amateur divisions back then. But how many years did you play for Chippas Dynamos?
I think I played for months, not for years.
For months?
Yeah, for months.
Probably would have been the same stay you would have had at Chippas.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time. #MSW.
A voice artist telling you about the Rocco Mama's triple treat with southern fried chicken tenders, a new school smash burger and fries, waffle and ice cream for just 149 Rand, normal. A Maskandi disco artist singing it to you, not normal.
Chicken, telling a smash burger. Smash burger. And I'm as a man again, and it's just ice creamy. As a number one food, I feel any.
Rocco Mamas, we're not normal.
Between school runs, meetings, and errands, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. Allergies? Not today. Texa Allergy helps you stay alert and clear-headed. No drowsiness, just pure relief. Be your best with Texa Allergy, the #1 non-drowsy antihistamine in South Africa. Whether you're a mom or a busy professional, Texa keeps you on your game all day long. Don't wait. Head to your nearest pharmacy today. Pharmadynamics. Effective, affordable healthcare.
You are not dreaming. You are repeating. Insurance, pineapple. Insurance, pineapple. Insurance, pineapple. Insurance, pineapple. Pineapple FSP 48650 is underwritten by Omart Insure Limited, a licensed non-life insurer and authorized FSP.
Business Accelerated means not wasting time. No missed deliveries, lost sales, or competitors that are one step ahead. If you've been trading for 12 months with a turnover of 40K monthly and have a registered business bank account, you could qualify for Vodalend business funding of up to 5 million Rand in 24 hours. No paperwork, no queues. That's Business Accelerated. Search Vodalend today. Get a 30-day payment holiday on your first advance, limited to first-time customers. T's and C's apply. Vodacom Financial Services. Further together.
Hop, hop, little shop. Checkers Little Shop is back with 46 new minis. Get one free when you swipe and spend 200 Rand on deals like Oma Auto Washing Powder 3 kgs for 119.99 and Clover Bliss Double Cream Yogurt 1 kg, any two for 79 Rand. Plus, stand to win a trip to Legoland Dubai. Simply buy any 3 participating products and swipe your extra savings card to enter. Valid until Sunday at Checkers. T's and C's apply.
Mzansi, play Powerball for a massive 90 million Rand guaranteed jackpot this Friday, and you could win big, just like the Lucky Powerball Plus jackpot winner who won over 69 million Rand on Tuesday. The winning ticket was purchased in store in Mpangeni, KwaZulu-Natal. Buy your tickets now in store on nationallottery.co.za, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply dial *120*7529# for USSD. Panda, Pusha, play. Players must be 18 years old or play responsibly. E2 is the proud operator of the National Lottery.
Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Helman Mkhelele, in your entire football playing career, what would you regard as your ultimate high and what do you regard as your ultimate low?
When we played in our first World Cup against Denmark, an opportunity that I missed, I felt that, if I had scored that goal, I believe that South Africa would have progressed to the knockout stages. I felt that if I had scored that goal, we would have won the game and drew against Saudi Arabia. So you took it personally? And also, I took it personally. And the sad part, I learned that someone lost his life without mischance.
What are the circumstances around the person losing their life?
Heart attack. Because he thought that it was a showcase goal. He just collapsed, So, yeah.
#MSW. Friday nights, always.
This is how we do it.
About our beloved legends. Pull up your chair. Let's chat legendary stuff. Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Oh, Marawa. How's it? You are with our legend there. Look, Marawa, back when Football Oxygen embraced us as a country, when players were playing for passion, for the love of the game, to showcase their talent, not motivated by money. That guy, being nicknamed Midnight Express. You can see, man, Brarob. The Midnight Express. This guy was good. As a Buccaneer, I'm happy to a player like him to wear black and white. You see, he represented us very, very well. Your introduction there, Marawa, how he's quite shy. You don't have any scandal, that guy. Is there scandal that you know of Midnight Express Mkhelele? No. But hey, man, you had a very good career. I remember it was Bafana against Denmark. It was just a 10. you turn and put a long range that landed at the top corner. I mean, like, oh, you had a wonderful, very wonderful career. Mara, on the lighter note, if the movie productions, they want someone to act, I feel like that gentleman can be a very, very good number one role for Shaka. If there is a Shaka Zulu remade, that guy need to take over.
Boom, 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 boom. Hey, Shaka Zulu, the return, Baba. Are you ready for that role?
I don't think so.
Hey?
I don't think so. I think my time has gone past. And in actual fact, I don't think acting it's my thing.
You never know until we say lights, camera, action. Then you get into your role and you do it so well. I mean, I think Mkhelele is a former footballer, the late. He's one of the greatest we've ever seen play that role. Till today, when we talk about Shaka Zulu, the name of the late Mkhelele comes to mind. Who knows?
It worked for him. I don't think I don't think it would work for me.
But both of you guys have kept in shape. Hey, after your playing days, I mean, I look at you and I'm saying you can apply to play for any team, and you'll be okay.
Hey, Robert, this body is deceiving. We don't know how much pain do I go through. If I try to exercise, I have back pain, spasms, and all this kind of thing. I have to go and see the physios, now and then. Yeah. So I don't think I can play.
Do you think though, when you reflect back, especially in your Bafana journey, would you say now in 2025 that you would consider yourself, from a Bafana perspective, to be one of the most successful Bafana players in modern time? Also consider AFCON, Ivory Coast, bronze medal was your 4th medal. Who else has reached that?
Robert, yes. To be honest, it's not in my mind, even though it's a fact, because stats, they don't lie.
They don't.
Yeah. But I don't focus much on it, because it totally changes my mindset, because, I think it's a human factor, whereby when you start to focus on your individual achievement, especially in that manner, you end up now focusing more on yourself than the role that one is currently playing or that I'm currently playing. It's like now, Helman, I want to break this, I want to break. Sure. I just allow it to unfold itself.
That's the secret of your success, is that you don't force it.
Yes.
You allow it to happen naturally.
Yes.
So when you are playing against Nigeria in the AFCON, but now you're not playing against them, you are the assistant coach of Bafana, then it takes you back to the original Bafana, the 4x4 days that went to improve.
Yeah.
You remember that game where Tijani Babangida, after 40 seconds, scored a goal. It was a 2-0 loss.
Yes.
But now it's a different approach that you have, because now you can instill that you learned as a football player to encourage the youngsters to face a Nigeria team that still has the pedigree of Nigeria. But South Africa now are flying. They're on a high. How did that feel to you, just when you juxtaposition those two roles that you found yourself in?
With the change of mindset and the mentality within the team, that makes me very happy, because you could see that, even during our era, even though we had the talent, but I don't think the mentality that we had, it was good enough by then to make sure that we beat Nigeria. Even though we wanted, but I don't think we had that mentality. But having the new generation, also being a player before and now working with them, encouraging them that, Nigeria, it's a beatable team. The only difference is that the majority of them are playing in Europe. So when you start to share that, and you start to see the players' mentality, like changing towards the right direction, or towards what you're trying to achieve, it becomes, one becomes more happier, So for me, I would say the mentality within the players, it's totally different, because you could see when they walk onto the pitch, they would even tell themselves that, we can't lose against the Nigerian. And it's an open secret that, we and the Nigerians, there is that hostility,
From day one, because they'll always tell you that they were never at the 96 Africa Cup of Nations, and if they had been there, we would have never won it, etc., etc. But that's a story for another day. And while you talk about the differences of then and now, here's a voice note.
Good evening, Robert. This is the man. And good evening to Midnight Express, Helman Mkhelele. Robert, what a cool, calm, collected guy, like a cucumber. He's never into social media or anything. But at 55, does Helman say he has achieved, or he's still aiming high? Because now we are talking of Helman as an assistant to Bruce. And again, what attaches Helman so close to Bruce, like twins? I know Helman has this character in himself of being a twin, because by birth he's a twin. I know that fact. And lastly, what is it that Helman can say is different from his era while playing football to this era now? Good show as always.
Hey, yeah, you've got the facts there, because Helman is born a twin with Nkosiabo. I mean,
Yes.
he played for African Wonders,
Yes, yes.
even then. So you both were football players. Just the weight of that in itself. I mean, the blessing, like I indicated early on, that the 20th of next month, you're going to be celebrating 56 years on this earth. A blessing in itself. Going back to what he was saying, maybe tackle that issue of twin, but also the issue of the difference in the different areas.
Yeah, as a twin, I think what I've also learned that, especially with his what you call a comment, in terms of me and the coach being like a twin, I think it's more like me serving him, and making sure that the coach becomes more successful, or he gets more assistant from me, as much as like, as much as like, with me and my brother, we always supported each other, very close. So I think that comes from that, Then also looking at the difference.
Before you get there, I want to tell you what, I'm sure you know what Hugo Bruce said after you guys did so well at AFCON. And maybe for those who didn't know, he simply said, and I quote, "I love that guy. I just like him very much. If anybody was to say anything about Helman, I think I'd kill him. It's true. I love that guy. I think he's a fantastic guy," end quote. That's from Hugo Bruce to you.
Yeah, no, thanks, Rob. I think what the coach has done, he has allowed me to be myself. He allows me to express myself. And is never shy of listening to my opinion, even though in the end he takes the final decision. So like for me, Robert, I would say I've been into football, and when I was a kid, and I've been following from the distance, how coaches with their assistant coaches worked, and I could see some were working quite very well. Some were, I must be honest, it was scary to observe, So for me, it was the matter of taking a decision that if I'm given an opportunity one day to serve as an assistant coach, and what should I do? Which route should I do? Am I going to take a role whereby I also want to be like equal with the coach, or I will be the person who will be supporting the coach, but also not scared to express my opinion. Unfortunately, the coach allowed me to do that. In
to
actual
express
fact,
yourself, because you
yes.
are Midnight Express.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
And also, I also started way back, Robert, when Coach Thabo also invited me to come and be his assistant coach at under 20. At first I started with Coach David when we were doing the Durban International, and Coach Thabo wasn't available. He was with the senior national team, so I assisted Coach David. So years later, then Coach Thabo invited me to be his assistant. That was from 2016 at the under 20.
And then 2019 you took over.
Yes, then 2019 I took over. Then 2021, then I joined Bafana. But when I was still working with Coach Thabo, those are some of the things that I was practicing, but not realizing that I was just preparing myself for the bigger role, at the senior national team, just to make sure that I support him fully, even though Coach Thabo didn't have the playing experience at an elite level, So he was not even scared to work with me, and I felt that I needed to support him, not to use my name, like to surpass him or to overpower him, So I think that is where I'm able to put that, into practice in terms of serving honestly to the senior coach, starting to Coach Thabo. Why I'm doing that is that one day, even though it's not in my mind currently, one day I might be the coach.
Of what?
So, I might be the coach at cheaper, as we have said.
No. So again, let me help you, because you're a very humble human being. You've mentioned that you're working with Coach Thabo.
Yes.
2016. 2019 you take over, you go to the COSAFA Championship, right?
Yes.
And you're at the helm.
Yes.
So for me, I call that a successor. I call that succession. So now you are assisting Coach Hugo Broos. And Coach Hugo Broos has told the entire world that after the World Cup, he is going to step down as the coach of Bafana. Are you ready to be the successor?
Rob, I don't think so currently, because I don't think so. I don't think so. I will just cross that bridge when I reach there.
Why do you think you don't think so?
Because there are processes that needs to be followed, But what I can say, I can't be the coach at any club level, because I feel that, I need to progress also in coaching at club level on a daily basis, because there are some other things that I feel that once you get when you work at the national team, so there are some other things that you feel that you can play a meaningful role in addressing some of the elements that players need on a daily basis in terms of their development. So I think for me, that is where my mind is.
Would you be progressing or regressing? Because national team involvement under 20, national team involvement Bafana. And again, I look at succession plans, and there has been an example before when Carlos Alberto Pereira came to coach Bafana. He had Coach Pizzo as an assistant. And when he left, the succession plan was an obvious plan of handover to him. And the handover did happen then with Coach Pizzo. So how different do you think yours might be? Especially because he sings your praises. Let's not lie about that. He really values your input. I mean, I could ask you very quickly before we go for a break and say, who are 3 players or 4 players that you have introduced Coach Hugo Broos to be part of Bafana Bafana and who are still part of Bafana Bafana with a glowing future within the national team? Would you be able to share just 4 names of players maybe that he had never heard of?
No, Robert, what I would say, like for me, firstly, it won't be taking a step back when I go to a club level. It will be more growth for me as well, even though many people might think that when you are at the national team as assistant coach, then you are automatically expected to take over. As I said, there are processes that also needs to be followed, in terms of, especially from the association side, and also again on me, which areas that I want or which path that I want to follow, even though it might look like it's regression on my side if I say I want to go and try and work on a daily basis with the players, unlike in the national team setup where you meet with the players during the FIFA week.
But you're almost like scouting on a daily basis.
Yes.
Bedway Premiership games, I see you there.
Yes.
Motsepe Foundation games, one sees you there. And if I had to look into the crystal ball again, and I say to you that, Helman, by the time Hugo Broos' tenure is over, Lucas Khatebe will be the president of SAFA, and he'll endorse you to be the coach. I'm just saying that, but let's go for a break.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live at the same time.
#MSW. You're not ordinary, right? So why not bet with the extraordinary? Bet on Lotto Star. Lotto Star offers world-renowned lotteries, quick games, real-world slot games, scratch card games, and live games. You could win payouts of up to 75 million rand instantly. Bet now on lottostar.co.za. Your world of live games awaits. Lotto Star is licensed by the Mpumalanga Economic Regulator. No under 18. NRGP 0800 006 008. T's and C's apply. All games are fixed odds betting events.
Are you still waiting for nighttime to browse, stream, or chat? With an MTN Mobile Internet Platinum plan, you get 50 gigs of anytime data for just $199 per month. That's anytime data to use whenever you want, and you can share it with up to 5 friends and family. Use the new MTN app to activate, track, and share your data anytime, anywhere. So, visit an MTN store or mtn.co.za now. T's and C's apply. Today, we make moves. MTN.
Marawai. Why did you think a plastic bag and tape was a solid window replacement after that smash and grab? And why does it sound like a kite every time you hit Puma 60Ks? Marawai. Why aren't you insured with Santam, the insurer that covers theft or attempted hijacking? Get your car covered online in just 2 minutes or SMS cover to 36101. Santam. This is freedom. T's and C's apply. Santam is an authorized FSP, a licensed non-life insurer and controlling company for its group companies.
This is your business. This is your business supercharged with the help of zero accounting software. These are your numbers. These are your numbers sorted with the help of zero accounting software. This is you.
Hi.
This is you taking business where you want with the help of zero accounting software. This is your business supercharged with the help of Zero and having your numbers sorted all at the same time so you can finally focus on taking business where you want to. Supercharge your business today with the help of Zero.
Search Zero with an A.
Before the first whistle, it starts here. With you, F&B and Visa. Switch to F&B or upgrade your existing account. Tap, swipe or click using your F&B Visa card, virtual or physical, in-store or online, and you could win. Be one of 3 lucky winners to experience the FIFA World Cup 2026 live with an all-expenses paid trip for 2. Get, spend, and you could win with F&B and Visa. F&B, a division of First Rand Bank Limited, an authorized FSP and credit provider. T's, C's, and competition rules apply.
We don't remember moments for what was said or done. We remember them for how they made us feel. That's the power of presence, of showing up. So when you drive something that shows up too. With LED projector headlights, a panoramic sunroof, a touchscreen to keep your focus forward, and a reverse camera that's always got your back. The Suzuki Grand Vitara isn't just an SUV.
It's a premium experience built for every moment. Visit suzukiauto.co.za to live the grand life.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
I mean, that's South Africa's very own, our strategist, a leader, a man with unfinished business in Morocco. Let's head off all the way there to the newly appointed head coach of Raja Casablanca. That's Fadlu David. I want to take one step back now. I go back to your farewell to Simba. What made this the right moment to close that particular chapter?
Yeah, I think it's pretty much the same when we won the double and Zimbabwe was touted to leave, and I got the situation with Simba, and Raja was, of course, again knowing that Zimbabwe was about to leave, there were talks, and it wasn't the right time for me to take over, and I decided to take the step to go to Simba. But when they came this time around, when they saw I'm available, it was a no-brainer for me.
God's plan. God's plan. Hashtag MSW. Hashtag MSW. Friday nights, always. This is how we do it. About our beloved legends. Pull up your chair. Let's chat legendary stuff. Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Good evening, Rob, and good evening to the legend, Midnight Express, Helman Mkhelele. I just want to thank you for the incredible work that you are doing with Coach Hugo Bruce, turning Bafana into a formidable force, one to be reckoned with. We have pride now to call ourselves South Africans because of the work that you guys have done. But I just want to find out, because we miss you on the road here. I don't think many South Africans know that you are a Comrades marathon runner. And I need to find out from you, what is the one discipline that you have also learned from running that you believe that you are carrying it through your coaching now, or the work that you are doing at Bafana, from everything that you have learned from running Comrades Marathon? Will you also consider going back to get more medals as an athlete? Thank you so much.
Tebogo, thank you so much. I'm going to ask Helman to be very quick with these. We've got so many voice notes coming through. How many Comrades have you run?
6.
6?
Yeah.
Hairband?
Yeah.
Oh.
I would have achieved the green number, but because of injuries and commitment, and that is why I'm on 6.
Yo. I want to tell you, guys. That's all I'm saying. Wow. When are you getting back? One more.
Hey, Robert, I'm not too sure because of the injuries, but now I'm starting to gradually with the 21s, and hopefully in 2027, I'll be there to do my 7th.
I love that. On the day we launch your book, we have a Comrades Marathon. I'll still continue with my 5Ks.
Good evening, Rob, as well as our legend there, Helman Mkhelele. Hey, what a player that one. He used to run like crazy. I'm sure people will cover a lot about his life, but for me, my focus will be on his clean life that he led. At some stage when I was still at high school, I've read about him that he was not drinking alcohol, and he was not a friend of any other meat except fish. The clean life, he never get himself tangled with the road crowd. He was always a solitary guy. So for that, it also helped me, when I was young, that to shape up, and to adopt that clean life that the guy is living. Well done to your job that you have done so far in Bafana. Let's hope we're going to the World Cup and we are going to do the best there. Thank you so much for the memories, man.
Praro. Oh, what a legend. Midnight Express. Wow. Mkhelele man. Hey, hellfire. No words, man, to say, Rob. Thank you so much for the legend. Yeah, I'm following the interview. What a humble man. Yo, Rob, thank you so much. You are blessing us, Rob, with those legends. Thank you.
Hey, Robert. Yeah, you've got a legend there, but not just that, but a great man, who's done well for South African football. Helman Mkhelele is one of those special players that, who has done well for the country. I think he deserves whoever he is now, as an assistant coach. And he's the man who's man of honor in integrity. Such a great guy, Helman is. So, he deserves everything good going for him. And to have him there, it's absolutely amazing. And Sporo, I hope we well, my friend. You're doing so well, and I'm glad and I'm happy for you. And you're making us proud, my brother. You're representing not just yourself, but you're representing all the players, from your generation. And you're setting a great example for the current players. And I want to say, keep it up. You're great. We're looking up to you. Give it your best, my brother. We're backing you up all the way. Make us proud, guys. You're very close. We're in competing in the AFCON and the World Cup. And we're wishing you all the best. Come on, Sporo. Midnight Express. Helman.
Sporo. I didn't know that one. Lucas Katebe, thank you so much, Captain. Thank you very much. You know what, guys? I'm completely embarrassed today with the overwhelming love and support that this man has had. Embarrassed in the fact that we got such luminaries and so many people that have sent voice notes. And I had to negotiate during the break with Helman. He says, you know what? I can see your problem. I'll solve it. I'll come back for part 2. So people like Mark Williams, Neil Tovu, you are listening, Joyce Kungwane, who are listening, all the other voice notes, guys, please know that he has promised to come back, and we will store these until he comes back, because, wow, what a popular human being.
Hi, Robbie. Helman Mkhelele. Helman Midnight Express Mkhelele. What a wonderful player, down to earth. Yeah, lengwenya samvundula le eNewcastle bathi kwaJagalasi ikasi lakhe. Yeah, sama lapha freeway simele bathi bayamlanda 2 hours waphuma la siyaphuma la phakathi kwesugar cane. Yeah, umjobana athi lo huye lo samthatha. That's how we got Helman. Wafika egoli, he never disappointed. He used to advise me ukuthi ndoda, you must love your books. Uthanda isigela. Yeah, because ngiyakubona you're too much playful. Yeah, ngithandela lokho. Yeah, mina bengisemuva ngestandard ngisematseke. Yena wandlula nabo Eric nabo Doctor baya eVista. Baya eVista phana bafika ba graduate bebenza I diploma ye crash ye kindergarten. Yeah, bapasa with colors bafundisa abantwana. Yeah, Heli, all the best in everything, my friend. And my biggest dream and wish, I want to see you, we head coach Bafana Bafana. And God bless you.
Yeah.
Amen.
Sure. He's not lying, is he?
Yeah. No, you don't. Please don't trust Eddie. Please.
But he can't be imagining all of these stories. I mean, I know he's a funny guy, but
yeah,
he can't be imagining these stories.
Yeah, no, it can't be, and also, Robert, I'm really humbled, with the love that and the support that I'm receiving, and actually that's what keeps me going every day. That I am where I am right now is to serve the nation, and I was there when success was there.
Yes.
I was there when I saw Bafana going through difficult times, and now things are turning towards the right direction and also being part of the team, I'm really humble. And me knowing that I'm not representing myself, I'm also representing the legends, who are also knowledgeable, but we can't be all at the same time working for Bafana Bafana, even though, yes, some can work in different positions, but we can't be there. But since I'm there, for me, I just try to make sure that I honor them, those who have departed and those that are no longer playing and those that are active.
And I've also got to thank the late John Shoes Meshweo, because without him being in Turkey at the time you were in Turkey, you probably would have complained of being homesick and come back home, because the people there know no English, no people you can talk, there's nothing happening. And he was the guy who spent hours and hours with you, talking on the phone, encouraging you. Do you remember how many caps you had as a player for Bafana?
Yes, I still remember.
How many?
66.
I was going to say, magic number. At 1856, so you had 66 full international caps for Bafana Bafana. And let me just remind you guys, he had scored 8 goals. He also 1996 Africa Cup of Nations winner. 94, 95, 96, he was a 4 Nations Cup winner. In fact, you even scored your first international goal against Ghana in the 4 Nations tournament. So one can never forget that. 1995 African Champions Cup winner. 1996, as you said, African Super Cup winner. 1994 NSL champion. 1996 Bob Save Super Bowl winner. 1996 BP Top 8 winner. 1991 Rookie of the Year. Clearly 96 was your favorite year. Your best year.
Yeah. It was the turning point of my career, because I was able to go, and play overseas, of which that was one of my dreams. Yeah, and I really don't regret by going to Turkey, even though I would have loved to play also in a more bigger leagues, like in England. And unfortunately, that opportunity, it didn't come true.
But why?
Because
though?
I've already signed, an extension of my contract, with the team in Turkey when Fulham wanted me to go and join them. So unfortunately, I couldn't go there and join Andre Arense. He was at Fulham by then, because it's Kevin Keegan, because he personally called me to say, Helman, this is what I want you at Fulham, and this is so much I will give you. Are you available?
No, don't say so much. He was going to offer you £400,000 a year.
Yes.
Yeah, so don't say he was going to give you, some of us with Scorpions know these things and the amount. So you were great at dribbling on the field. You're not going to dribble us at the studio. That one, forget about it.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of money.
No, that was a lot of money by then, and knowing that, the motivation that I had, trying to do my best so that I can play for bigger teams, But because that I believe that was God's way or God's plan, then I accepted it. I'm so grateful to be in Turkey, because being in Turkey, it didn't only teaches me to play soccer, but it also helped me on the other side to have a personal relationship with God.
Wow.
Because when I was in Turkey, before I left, I thought that going to Turkey, it's a colorful, beautiful, have everything. You'll find the books there easily, you'll buy them. Then I didn't buy any books except the Kickoff and the Bible.
Sure, that is heavy. But when we start part 2, we'll come back about your disappointment with Turkey, because you thought it's going to be glitz and glamour, high buildings. It was almost like Dubai.
Yeah.
And when you got there, it was no different to Hillbrow. So at the end of the day, and I'm not joking, guys. I know people go there for BBLs and all sorts of other things in the world, which is wonderful. It's a beautiful city. Yeah. I've never been there, but I would one day dream to go there as well. So, at midnight train.
He's leaving on that midnight train to Georgia. Leaving on the midnight train. Yeah. Said he's going back to a simpler place and time. Oh yes he is. Now be with him. I know you will.
Midnight train to Georgia. Midnight Express will be coming back. This will be his Georgia in a couple of weeks. You'll tell us when you're available again, right?
No, definitely.
Otherwise, Mark Williams is going to put me in the kitchen, and it's not going to be nice, you know. It's his version of kitchen, but yeah, it's the kitchen. Neil Tovey is also on standby. Joyce Kugwa, and there are so many people. You know what, Helman? Hopefully, we get to celebrate your birthday with you. If not, happy birthday in advance. But I hope that you'll be back before then.
Yes.
There's a lot to talk about, man. Your life, your journey. Baba, have a great weekend. What a blessing, what an honor. Thank you so much for your time.
No, thank you so much for having me, and also thank you to all, your listeners, the love and the support. And we will continue to try and make sure that we make the country proud.
Yeah. On those powerful words, guys, have a super duper weekend. Good luck to the Springboks. Marawa Sports Worldwide, brought to you by Hollywood Bets.
The thrill, the drama, the action. Let the game begin. Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM and Rise FM. Powered by Hollywood Bets. #MSW.